Define safety. Safety is the state of being safe, the condition of being protected from harm or other non desirable outcomes. What is meant by risk? Risk associated with industrial processes can be defined as a measure of probability of harmful events such as death, injury, loss, etc. arising from exposure to chemical or physical agent may occur under the specific conditions of manufacture. Risk is equals to hazard exposure vulnerability. What is meant by hazard? Hazard is a term associated with a substance that is likelihood to cause an injury in a given environment or situation. What is meant by industrial hazard? Industrial hazard may be defined as any condition substance produced by industries that cause injury or death to personnel or loss of product or property. What is meant by industrial safety? Industrial safety is primarily a measurement safety which is concerned with reducing, controlling, and eliminating hazards from industries or industrial units. Industrial safety refers to the protection of workers from the danger of industrial accidents. Why safety is required in industry to avoid accidents or incidents, better quality control to achieve zero defect protection of environment. What are the benefits of industrial safety? Reduce workers' compensation claims, reduced expenses related to injuries and illnesses, reduced absenteeism, lower employee complaints. What are the various measurements? What are the various measures of hazards to ensure industrial safety? Safety Committee, Safety Engineering, Safety Education and Training, Role of Government. What is the difference between hazard, danger and risk? The hazard is something that can cause possibility to harm. Example, electricity, chemicals, working up a ladder, noise, etc. The hazard gives you an alarm. The risk is the probability or chance of the hazard event to occur, low or high. The danger is the possibility that you will get hurt or killed. What is meant by risk assessment? Risk assessment is a method for confirming safety in order to ensure the safety of workers and other individuals to reduce the absolute minimum the possibility of harm. It indicates the following process. 1. Make clear intended use and usage conditions of the machine and estimate incorrect usage such as operation mistakes. Identify the hazards present in the machine. Estimate the degree of risk and the frequency of situations in which risk is present. Judge whether the degree of risk has been reduced to an acceptable level. Define accident. An accident is an unplanned and uncontrolled event which causes or is likely to cause an injury. It is something which is expected, unpredictable, or intended or not desired. What is meant by industrial accident? An industrial accident is any accident that happens to a person in the course of their work that results from an injury. According to Factories Act 1948, an industrial accident has been defined as an occurrence in an industrial establishment causing bodily injury to a person which makes him unfit to resume his duties in the next 48 hours. What are the causes for industrial accidents? Unsafe conditions, the job itself, work schedules, psychological conditions, machinery and equipment. Unsafe acts, miscellaneous causes. What are the objectives of industrial safety? To prevent accidents in the plant by reducing the hazard to minimum, to eliminate accident caused work stoppage and lost production, to achieve lower workman compensation insurance rates and reduce all other direct and indirect costs of accident, to prevent loss of life, permanent disability, and the loss of income of worker by eliminating causes of accidents. Identify and state the 4 E's of safety. Engineering, safety at the design equipment installation stage. Education of employees in the safe practices. Enlistment, it concerns the attitude of the employees and management towards the program and its purpose. It's necessary arise the interest of employees in accident prevention and safety consciousness. Encouragement to enforce adherence to safe rules and practices. What are the personal characteristics that are associated with causing industrial accident? Untrained and unskilled persons are more prone to accidents than untrained and unskilled ones. Emotionally maladjusted persons are more prone to accidents than emotionally well-adjusted ones. Alcoholic and drug-addicted persons are more prone to accidents than those who are away from such vices. How the accidents are measured in an industry. The two main ratios used to measure accidents are accident frequency rate (AFC), accident severity rate (ASC). AFC know on number of injuries by total number of man 10 lakh by total number of man hours worked. ASR number of man day lost into 10 lakh by total number of man hours worked. What is meant by fire? Fire is the rapid oxidation of a material in the exothermic chemical process of combustion, releasing heat, light and various reaction products. What are the essentials of fire? Oxygen, fuel, heat, source of ignition. Draw the fire triangle. Oxygen, heat, fuel. What are the safety facilities required for in an industry? Treatment. Industrial safety management provides treatment for injuries and illness at the workplace. Medical examination, it carries out medical examination to staff joining the organization or returning to work after sickness or accident. Hazards identification, provision of protective devices. What are the different sources of fuel? Fuel sources include combustible materials such as wood, paper, trash, and clothing. flammable liquids such as gasoline or solvents, and flammable gases such as propane or natural gas. Classify the different classes of fire. Classify the different classes of fire. Fire classifications. Fires are classified as A, B, C, D, or K based on the type of substance that is the fuel for the fire. As flows, Class A fires involving ordinary combustibles such as paper, trash, some plastics, wood, and cloth. A rule of thumb is if it leaves an ash behind, it is a Class A fire. Class B fires involving flammable gases or liquids such as propane, oil, and gasoline. Class C fires involving energized electrical components. Class D fires involving metal. Rule of thumb is if the name of the metal ends with letters it is a Class D fire. Examples of this are aluminium, magnesium, tellurium, and sodium. Class D fires rarely occur in the roofing industry. Class K fires involving vegetable or animal cooking oils or fats, common in commercial cooking operations using D-fat fires. What is meant by fire prevention? Fire prevention is a function of fire departments. The goal of fire prevention is to educate the public to take precautions to prevent potentially harmful fires, to be educated about surviving them. It is proactive method of preventing emergencies and reducing the damage caused by them. What is meant by fire safety? Fire safety is the set of practices intended to reduce the destruction caused by fire. Fire safety measures include those that are intended to prevent ignition of an uncontrolled fire and those that are used to limit the development and effects of a fire after it starts. What are the conditions not to fight with fire? If the fire is bigger than a waste paper bin, one extinguisher is not enough. Smoke is affecting your breathing. You cannot see the way out. Gas cylinders or chemicals are involved. Your efforts are not reducing the size of the fire. List out the industrial fire fighting system: high velocity water spray, medium velocity water spray, foam, dry chemical power, carbon dioxide, alarm cone, portable fire extinguisher, fire alarm system. What are the different types of hazards? Chemical hazard, physical hazard, biological hazard, ergonomic hazard. What is the procedure for hazard analysis? Examine the job and determine the components. Identify tasks likely to present hazards. Identify and assess hazards. Determine and devise control measures.